or covert discrimination, typically against someone on a basis of race or on the basis of their ethnic or cultural background. Microaggressions are typically committed by these racist whites in the dominant society, and at times these anti-black cultural and ethnic groups who are considered non-white. And this entails them being discriminatory against individuals who are non-white, and most often this happens to black people. The microaggressions that I'll be discussing today aren't just things that I've seen as a trend across black men in general, but these are things for the most part that I in some way experienced myself. And my plan here is to give you all a couple different examples and also some ways that you can kind of navigate these types of things, or at least the psychology of how to navigate when these types of things happen while you're in the workplace. Because a lot of times when you are here, these things are going to be thrown at you. I'm not going to lie to you. They may be thrown at you in some way because as I've said before, when it comes to black men, you are from the gate researched, observed, and also identified as far as how they want to categorize you. So in some cases, they may see you as what I would call a eunuch. They may see you as a rebel, or they may see you as that middleman or that fencer. And a lot of times, once they find out which type of person that you are, they'll try to do certain microaggressions and little things here or there based on your personality type as they perceive it. And I want to speak directly to my rebels who are watching this video, because there's a lot of y'all who, when I actually clipped one of my previous videos as a reel and I discussed how black men from the gate are categorized in the workplace, a lot of y'all were saying that you're rebels. So I want to speak to you all directly when I say this. Those of you all who are like, well, I'm not going to let no white person punk me. I'm going to just walk up out of it. I'm going to tell all them off, blah, 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 blah. I need y'all to listen to me. When you are in enemy territory, which you are when you are working for the dominant society, you are playing chess. This is not the time to try to make moves based off of your emotions or your ego. You need to be strategic, and you need to make sure that every single move that you make is smart and makes sense. I also want to speak real quick to the, well, just work for yourself crowd. Not everybody has the luxury to do that out the gate. And there's some people who could go dead broke and then be criticized by punk ass motherfuckers like yo ass because they're out on the street. Some people need to make strategic moves in order to get to the place where they need to get to. A lot of us have old Negroes as parents and didn't give us the game beforehand, so we're navigating it really with blinders on. So these are individuals who are simply trying to better themselves. So that type of criticism, especially without being able to give people resources to win, is useless. And I'd rather you just not fucking comment. See, the thing that y'all need to understand about black men and racism or racist microaggressions in the workplace is that the microaggressions that black men are going to be exposed to are done for the purpose of trying to undermine their masculinity or try to make black men feel like they can't be comfortable to move in their own skin. So it's a way to make them feel like they need to walk on eggshells, which to a certain extent retards that masculinity that black men naturally are able to show and express. So microaggressions are used to make it where if you show your masculinity as a black man, then you will be punished for it. So it forces you into a position to not show it. So the things that I'm going to discuss with you are based off of people trying to not make you comfortable with being a masculine black man who is simply just a normal person. So the first microaggression that I have seen from my experience, and I also see a lot of other black men talk about and say they've experienced, is what I would call tone policing. Now let's talk about what tone policing is. Tone policing is basically, just to give you all a few examples, when someone says something such as you being direct is you being aggressive, or you're being too harsh. There's an unwritten rule, by the way, in the black community that there is somewhat of a hierarchy when it comes to respect. At the top of that hierarchy are old black women and grandmothers. Below them are black mothers. Below them are black women and girls, regardless of whatever their age is. Below them are old black men. Below them are black fathers. And at the very bottom are black men and black boys. And this skewed pyramid of phony respect often overrides truth and accountability, replacing it with dysfunction and hypocrisy.
Do ba do ba do.